Welcome to Truss Levelz. I myself, personally speaking for just me, I am a kid named Cam Jordan, defensive end for the New Orleans Saints. Or some would just say a mediocre DN. But I am with my co-host, multiple Pro Bowler, the first Alabama Heisman Trophy winner. Some would say a living legend in his own right, going from being the second all-time leading rusher with the New Orleans Saints to then going to the illustrious Baltimore Ravens and Mark Ingram. And as we're sitting here on this big trust level situation, I'm bringing in a man who doesn't really need an introduction. We say five-time Pro Bowler, 4 seasons of consecutive 1,000-yard plus yard seasons.
NFL record.
Right, 500 plus receptions in his career.
Fastest in history.
Yeah, you have the right to fight, to party. Travis Kelce.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Big Truss Levelz.
Big trust levels. Hear me?
Brought to you by Pepsi.
Cleveland's finest. You feel me?
Oh, what's up? What's up,
Start
baby?
from the top, man. I know you was three. You know, you did it all, man. Basketball, football. You was on the mound. What you was doing?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely wasn't on the mound, man. I was like Bull Durham. I don't know if y'all seen that movie, but I could wing it as hard. I could wing it about 90, 93.
Pitching.
But I didn't know where that thing was going. I mean, there's a story of me throwing a two-seam right into a dude's neck to lose the game. Bases loaded, full count. This is the moment you've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Sitting here going to that. I don't know what happened. It's like I closed my eyes before I threw it, man. Walked him, hit him right in the face. He didn't even get to first base.
Walk the run to win the game?
To lose the game.
To lose the game.
Yeah,
for them to win the game.
For them to win the game.
Yes, for them to win the game.
Yeah, but in the box though, in the box hitting, I could do all that. That was where I excelled. But yeah, 3 sports, man. Football, basketball, baseball.
How many home runs?
I think I had around 15 my senior year.
Boy, knocking
So
them
I was
out.
hitting them out a little bit.
Boy, knocking them out.
Like, I wish I could comment on it, but I'm like, they talk baseball. I just be looking like, I know how to hit a dinger. That's about all I got for
It
it.
bombs.
I played shortstop back in like 4th grade. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I feel like growing up, you got to play all the sports, man. You got to see which one you really love, which one you want to get into, which ones are like, you find, you know how football is. You find, or how sports are. You find so many different characters and so many different walks of life going through sports that it's. I found so many. I still have crazy groups of friends from my Little League baseball teams, my lacrosse teams, my hockey teams, my AAU basketball teams. I mean, you want to talk about diversity. Go to a hockey practice in 3rd grade and then go to an AAU practice. You know what I mean? It's just so many different ways of life.
Drop that lacrosse on them, because like I said, on the West Coast or East, like on the West Coast for sure, we ain't got no like, hey, come out to the lacrosse field.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a field. Yeah, it's a field. It's a field for sure.
Like that's a pure
Lacrosse
Midwest
and hockey,
thing,
bro. And hockey?
Oh yeah.
I can see the
I played
hockey.
it all, man. I played it all. To be honest, I got into hockey and lacrosse because of my brother, and really football too. But my brother, he got real interested in it, and this is in the '90s when lacrosse was just starting to come about and come to life. So it was just, I don't know. I picked up the stick. I ended up playing defense, so I had the 6-foot stick, the long pole, and it was one of the sports that it was like a physical sport. It was an up and coming sport, but the kids that were playing it were typically preppy, you know what I mean, private school kids, and I was just hammering dudes, man. I'm talking about to the point where I would get roughing penalties, and the refs are just like, listen, we can't just have you out here just knocking dudes out, because
you're not even cradling no more. You out there go for full checks.
Full checks. I'm talking about full checks on land too. So I'd already had some experience in hockey on the ice, and now I really got my bearings. Like I got my feet in the ground. I can smoke. Like that was talk about anger management when I was a kid, man. That was the full release.
Yes, sir.
I'll say every defensive coach's dream talk about same foot, same shoulder. You know what it is.
Near foot, near shoulder, yeah.
And the thing is, think about this. In hockey, you're not allowed to push off or anything like that. But in lacrosse, you're allowed to extend with your arms. Right. You just have to have your hands together when you do it. So you go like this, you can literally get up under somebody, lift them off of the ground. I was
Double
taking
punch?
little kids who didn't even weigh 80 pounds. I was 6 foot in the ground. It was like a rocket
In the
launcher,
eighth?
bro.
That boy's a giant.
I was
Oh
saying,
yeah, I was a big dude in the 8th grade. But yeah, man, lacrosse is one of my favorite sports. But hockey is definitely the one I miss the most, man. That was a blast.
No, I agree with you 1,000, bro. The more sports you could play, the more well-rounded you could be in all the sports. Those create the best athletes, in my opinion.
absolutely. I would say you got to be able to know what you're good at. You don't know what you like when kids go into high school now and be singularly focused. Like, I'm just basketball, I'm just football. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what kind of body type I'm gonna have before I get out that thing. Like,
Right.
Seriously.
I went in like 5'11", 6 foot, and I left 6'4". I went in like 215. I came out 270. I don't think I was gonna be a point guard no more. 270.
Yeah.
Like
Seriously.
Each sport requires different movements and different agilities and different functions. So, like, if you can apply all those functions and agilities, you become the superior athlete at whatever you do. Essentially, choose to focus on. So, I'm an advocate for multi-sports.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, just in terms of what's helped me on the football field, I think the biggest thing is tracking a fly ball, man. You try and track a fly ball over the shoulder. It's a much smaller ball. Of course, you got to catch it with one hand, or I mean, they tell you to catch it with two, but you only got a glove. You only got a glove on one hand.
Right.
So it's just like tracking the ball, being able to do things like that with the hand-eye coordination in baseball. I think it's a crazy transition.
No
I think it's a crazy transition that helps you out without a doubt.
Track the ball with the non-dominant hand, by the way. Like that's the really one.
Yeah.
Like that left, like I'm good. I catch it with the right. Like I've been in charity softball games, ball coming straight at you. I'm catching it with the right. Like I know, that shit hurts. All right, maybe we shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But to do that with the left, I learned had a whole new respect. You catch it with that left, and then you got to pull back. I'm like, all right, this is different. I can't do this for too long.
Oh yeah, well, both of you guys 3 sports?
Yeah, I did football, basketball, track. So.
Oh, okay, the track, man. See, that's the one I wish I would have did.
You would have been cold. A hurler or a 400-meter runner, you would have been cold. 400, I know you would have been.
I'll say, real talk. You might have had some hurdle game in you at 6'5".
300.
I think that's where I used to be able to jump. Like I really used to be able to get up there. The high jump, like the track coaches kept getting on me, like, yeah, if you actually understood the technique of leaving the ground or the technique of like running over the hurdle, like in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm not trying to just run in circles. I'm trying to like actually play a game and stuff. And then as I got older, I was like, man, I could have used that to my advantage so much. Just learning how to run, like form running. I didn't learn form running until after college and working with Tony V down there with Mark Ingram. I mean, you already know.
Yeah.
The form running took my game and like how I run routes to a completely different level.
It's smooth
because I started to understand the body work of it and the strategic part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say
finish extraordinaire.
Yeah, finish. So we were three sport athlete in high school. Boy said he threw a 93 off the wing. Don't know where it going, but 93. How does this? I just looked this up. How does this translate to a 2-star recruit, though?
No, I want to see how the baseball 93 miles per hour translates to being a QB, because this man is an all-pro tight end, 5 Pro Bowls, Super Bowl champion, all-pro, duffel bag boy. Turned into you was a QB though. I want to know about that first, and then Cam.
So yeah, we can start it off. So high school, I was always in my mind a QB. I love throwing the ball. It's like being on the court. You get the more opportunity you get to have with the ball in your hand, the funner it is, right? At least that's how I thought of it.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to, at least be able to be a part of every single play, having the ball. And I wasn't say I was a terrible quarterback. I had a lot of developing I needed to do. I didn't know what I didn't have a whole lot of discipline. I'll leave it at it is. I was a little bit of exactly. I was just out there winging it. And I had the mentality of my team we weren't the greatest team. So in high school, so I took it upon myself to try and do more than what I should have been doing instead of just trusting the guys around me. And with all of that, I'll keep it in high school. So high school, I ended up having some success. I ended up getting looks here and there. but I was always, they called me a dual threat, but I was always a run first mentality.
You was drop back, take off.
It's not like I couldn't throw the ball. That wasn't the problem, because I could huck it a mile. If I had a coach working with me, I would do the 3-step, the 5-step, get the ball out on time and everything. But in the games, it was like either I could throw this 5-yard hitch and I don't know if he's gonna catch it, right, or I could just take off and run for a good 5 to 6 yards. You know what I mean? It was a terrible mentality. Kids, don't do this at home. All right, trust your wide receivers, trust your coaching, and throw the ball. But I just wasn't a complete, sound, disciplined football player, and coaches saw that on film and saw that whenever I came to like camps and stuff, and it was just kind of shaky. They didn't want their quarterback to be a guy that, you know what I mean, they don't want their leader to be a guy that lacks discipline. And it took me a while to figure that out. Once I got to college and moved positions, I started looking around like, man, all I got to do is just know the ins and outs, be a full leader, do the right things. Like, man, I should still be in the QB room. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I honestly, once I got to college, they did the little Wildcat thing for me my first 2 years, and I had a blast doing that. I was running power right behind my brother. It was definitely one of the coolest experiences I had in sports. But the transition to tight end was what really fueled me to love football, because basketball was always my love. I went to college to play football and basketball. So going there, I was always in the back of my mind, oh, I'm a hooper, but football just suits me better because of my height and my abilities. Mm-hmm. All I had to do was work on my handles on the court, and I knew I was good. But never got to showcase those handles. So it was once I moved to tight end, though, man, I had an unbelievable tight end coach, Dave Johnson, and he taught me the ins and outs of like blocking, running routes, how to play with your speed, how to get other guys open in zone coverages, and it really just became a whole team. Like I just rallied behind that model of consistency and just played my tail off for the guys around me, and that's where I took off. Yeah.
No doubt. I'll say, but to preempt the college, I mean, so what officials? I'm always interested to know like what officials guys took, because I only got to take 4 out the 5 of mine. But like, what officials did you end up taking?
I actually only took one. I only took one to University of Cincinnati. I had officials to go other places, but my brother was already at the university. Mm-hmm. I gave my family a one place to go, one team to root for, and honestly, the year or two, my brother's 2 years older than me. The year or two that I was in high school that my brother wasn't, I was like, dang, I missed that guy, man. Yeah. So it was like I finally got to go be back around my brother, be around some family. And kind of go through this walk of life without my parents with somebody. So I definitely knew that I was in good hands going to Cincinnati, and I knew I had good leadership going into Cincinnati. So and they told me I could have been a QB and play basketball. I was just like, oh man.
So you got recruited as QB.
Yeah.
2-star QB?
What's that?
You got recruited as a QB. So like it was 2 stars or 3?
I think it was 2 to 3. I don't even know. It depends on which
don't even
website
matter.
you're on.
It was like Rivals or the other jump. Like,
yeah. I wasn't no better than a 3. They might have snuck in that 3-star, that 3rd star at the end of it. I don't know how it got there.
At the end of your senior year.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so tell me what a Bearcat is. I've been wondering for the longest.
It's exactly what you think it is. It's a big cat that looks like a bear.
That's awkward.
It's just it's got a bear face. It's got bear claws. But it looks like a cat.
It meows?
Yeah, it looks like a cat. No, it's got a nice little it's got a nice little baby lion growl.
Okay,
I don't even know.
It was a dual threat like you, so it just wanted to be more.
Exactly.
You
feel me?
Basketball,
it fit me
football,
perfect.
Bear and cat. It was just throwing up there.
Bro, like you said, you and your brother was tight, bro. Just being able to play with your brother in college, bro. I always wanted a brother. I don't have a brother. I got 3 sisters, and I love y'all. But damn, I know that was dope, many. Bro. Going to college with your bro, man, playing with your bro. Like you said, running the power behind your bro. I know that was dope, man. What was that like?
It was crazy, man. And just knowing my brother's story, he was a walk-on at Cincinnati, walk-on linebacker, and he switched to center. The Mark D'Antonio was at Michigan State now. He was at Cincinnati recruiting my brother. D'Antonio left for Michigan State, and Brian Kelly came in, who was at Notre Dame right now. Brian Kelly told him, he was like, listen, we think you got the feet, you got the ability to gain weight and put on weight to be one hell of an offensive lineman. So we'll give you a scholarship if you can put on 60 pounds.
Boy,
This dude got to 265, 270 by the end of the summer. Just pizzas and kegs, just nonstop, just every day. He was like, all right, well, I only know one way to put this on, so might as well do it this way. Might as well do it the fun way.
That's what I'm saying. I know he came into college like 200 pounds. Like,
oh, he was like 220, 215, 220 max trying to play linebacker. And don't get me wrong, he was explosive. He was fast. I mean, the dude in high school wasn't getting the ball handed to him every single play, but he averaged about 9 yards a pop when you were handing him the rock.
Oh,
and that was it. I mean, he ain't got none of this. It was just straight boom, just right down Mike Allstott, just right through you.
North and south, you know where I'm going.
Exactly. But so me going there and then having him switch positions and just seeing him grow as a football player. I mean, it was awesome experience. And I'm sure you might have heard of the story, but I got kicked off the team, and my brother actually went to the university, went to the coaching staff and everybody at the university, and really tried to get me to get back on the team and under his supervision. So he took me in. I lived in his apartment or his room. I literally put 2 beds in one room, and we just shacked it up his senior year. And yeah, I owe him so much credit for doing that and putting his name on the line for me to be able to finish my career at Cincinnati. But it was something that I cherish so much that it's hard to explain, to be honest.
Man, that's awesome, bro. That's dope. That's dope. Bro taking care of a little bro. Now look at y'all.
Literally, yeah.
Both Super Bowl champs.
Even when I'm 21.
Both got that bag. I know mama and daddy proud.
Sure. You can't tell Pops nothing, man.
I know
you can't tell Pops nothing. He's been trying to that was one of those moments when we both got drafted. He's like, I've been trying to tell y'all. But don't nobody want to listen.
Yeah. I've been telling y'all.
The Super Bowl just put the ultimate stamp on it right there.
Both of y'all. That's crazy.
No. I said I can only imagine. It'd be like I was so proud when I had a son out, couldn't tell me shit. I was out there walking around like, look at my boy. Look at him. I got a son. Legacy. You can't tell me nothing. Men make men. If my man ever win a championship, I'm going third person. Cam Jordan don't do nothing but make winners. Look at him. You call me LeVar Ball, I have a son that's a champion. Be walking around. That's what is he? He's a winner. That's what he is. What is your other son? A winner. That's just dope. That's just dope to have 2 brothers that are 2 champions and out here still in the league, still winning.
It's a blessing, man.
Splitting half on everything. You want to take this private? I might private everything. I private a lot now. I'm like, if I had a brother to split it with, you got this one or we splitting this?
I envy the brothers in the league, like the Pounceys, like, you know what I mean? The Kelces, y'all balling, like, you know what I mean? Like we gotta take the brunt of everything. Like y'all get to split the brunt, like half and half. You know what I mean?
You already know everything is right down the middle.
Yeah, mama needs some. All right, you got it this time. Daddy needs some. All right, you got it this time.
What?
You know what I mean?
No, that's dope.
I know. Taking just cutting all the loans that the parents had right in half. We got this. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's
we gonna take care of this one.
That's a blessing there. That's a blessing.
It is, man, and it's a cool feeling because I feel like guys go into the league with so much curiosity and so much uncertainty, you know, just like, how is this going to be different? They say it's faster. They say you have to be more of a professional in your own right of like getting workouts in, being on top of your game. And my brother just gave me so much just confidence that, you know, just keep doing what I was doing and just tweak the little things and everything else would just take care of itself. That coming into the league was just a smooth transition for me.
That's dope.
And I owe a lot to him, especially because he had Coach Reid, and Coach Reid, you know, helped my brother develop in the short time that he was in Philly with him. That Coach Reid called me on draft day and said he's like, yeah, we're gonna draft you. We're gonna put your brother on the phone. Like it was like my dad. Like he was just like, all right, I put the other guy on. Like he was like, make sure he doesn't fuck this up.
Right.
Make sure he doesn't screw this up and do something silly. I need you to be a part of this, even though you're in Philly. And you know what? That atmosphere right there just made me feel at home, really. Yeah. So it was it's definitely a unique experience, and I appreciate the whole thing because of it.
Man, like I said, man, me and Cam were both legacies. Both our fathers played. His dad played 13. My dad played 10. So
now that's hard.
To have, yeah, to
That's
have,
cold though.
yeah, it is. It's dope. But I'm just saying, like the correlation, like you said, how your brother, like, you know, gave you that advice and that encouragement. You know what I mean? Like, that's invaluable. Like, you can't put a price on that. So, like, just to see how seamless your transition was from college to the league and how you've been excelling, I commend your brother, man, because I mean that's dope that he just passed that game down to you.
Oh yeah, he took that role. I hear you, man.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's dope.
I'll say, hey, that insight, I'm not gonna lie to you, is a separation. Like
it's invaluable.
You can't. Well,
For real,
you can't get it from nobody, especially from somebody you trust and know has nothing but the best intentions for you. You know, it's like, hey, like, what do I need to do? More. All right, well, what more? Well, this is what I did to get me right, but I'm sure you need to tweak your shit to get you right. And this is how you can go about it. You like, and you doing drills in college, like, shit, this is what got him right. This is gonna get me right. Like, I know for sure it's gonna happen. And you get to the league, and it's like, oh, everything he said was sort of panning out. Like, you listen to your coaches, but at the same time, you a professional, so you got to make your own path.
You got to do your thing. And
right.
that, man, it's such a blessing, man. Yeah. It's such a blessing. I got to hear more about y'all stories with the pops, though, man.
Whatever you want to know.
I'll say, look, mine is easy. All them days where kids are like, yeah, me and my dad went out there, we had a great time. I was running real routes. I was catching, you know, over the shoulder, up top rights, over the shoulder, up top left. I'm catching curls and posts long before I thought that shit was fun. It was like, oh, what are you doing Saturdays? I go to the park. Exactly. Oh yeah, can I come? Yeah, you can come run some of these routes too. Just know we running routes. We catching all types of like kids out there like, oh, you guys have so much fun. I run 50 routes every Saturday, so I don't know what you're talking about, big fella.
Yeah, like my pops, like, you know, I'd have my homeboys come over, and you know, we go over their house, we sleep in, chill, wake up, play games, like whatever. You come to my house, ain't no sleeping in. We waking up, my pop's shutting on the lights, wake up, we going to the field. We running bleachers, we running interval 200s and 100s, speed work. Like, we doing just random stuff that he coming up with. Like, so, like, people would be waking up, have pool, and like, you know, just sleeping in, playing the video game. My dad's like, no, you gonna put this work in. Like, you know, he really ain't do that to me until he knew that I wanted to play like ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
once I wanted to
that
play
it was
ball,
in you.
Yeah, once I knew I wanted to play, he was like, on me. And I didn't understand it at first, but now I understand it, man. You know,
that's a blessing. That's what I was trying to describe what I lacked when I was younger. I said discipline, but it was just to know how to get better. The confidence that what I'm doing is going to translate to me getting better. Because I would go out in the backyard and I would shoot around, and I would, you know what I mean, lower the goal to 8 feet and start dunking like I was Blake Griffin or whoever. You know what I mean? Just like little,
like, but that's what you knew, right?
Stuff like that. But that was just out there having fun. I really wasn't out there strategically like, all right, I'm working hard to get better at this game. And it was the same with all the sports. I was just kind of going out there for the fun of the game and for the love of the game and to have fun with the homies. But once I transitioned into tight end, my coach that I had gave me certain fundamental, like some certain tools, certain things that I could see myself getting better at. And that's where really the love for the game took off for me. Because once you can see yourself getting better at it, now you can, you know what I mean? It keeps evolving into something that, you know what I mean, you can go pro in.
It's encouraging. You start trusting it and gaining confidence in it in the process. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But hey, so you get drafted 3rd round to the KC Chiefs. You know what I'm talking about?
The worst team in the league.
Yeah.
They were 2-14
at that point.
They were 2-14 when I came in. I mean, it was. I wasn't even looking at what I did or what they did before me, because I knew it was a completely new regime coming in. It was a new. No, I want to say front office, but Andy Reid's. That was Andy Reid's first year.
Yep.
So I knew it was going to be completely different, but at the same time, I knew we were building something, and I could be the part of that foundation. And shout out to Andy Reid, man.
I'll say, who was the quarterback starting when you came in?
When I came in, it was Alex Smith. Alex Smith.
I thought Alex Smith came in like your second year.
No, he came. They right before the draft. Andy went out and got Alex Smith from the Niners because they had just had the Kaepernick takeover out there in San Fran. Yeah. And Alex was kind of looking for another opportunity elsewhere, and Kansas City was right there for him. Yeah. So I came in with Alex Smith, a guy named Ricky Tanzi, if you remember Ricky Tanzi, one of my favorite guys. And I actually came in with Tyler Bray. Okay. Tyler Bray was he was the homie coming in. That's the one where we Coach Reid looked at us and was like, "You too?" Nah. It's like he was like in the classroom, like you sit on that side of the room, you sit on that side of the room, because we both had a track record of partying and having some fun.
He automatically set y'all apart.
Immediately.
My dog. Nah, that's not happening.
Within the first week, he caught wind of us trying to get an apartment together, like a little house together. Got the tap on the shoulder at the same time. Hey, Coach Reid wants to see you. I'm like, oh shit, what I do? What I do? He sat us down. It's like this whole thing where you guys think you're gonna come in and you guys are just gonna party and kick it. It's gonna be a free ride. Ain't gonna happen. I need you guys to work. You two, not living together. You're not doing any of that kind of stuff. So it was fun. Shout out to T. Bray, man.
Speaking of your coach, man, what was your first Andy Reid impressions? I know you said he put you on the phone. Don't fuck this up. Like, what was your first Andy Reid impressions, bro?
To be honest, it was like he was family ever from the jump. So when he was in Philly coaching my brother my senior year, Temple University was in the Big East my senior year. So we actually played at Lincoln Financial because that's their home stadium. They don't have a home stadium, so they play at the Eagle Stadium. And his son was on the team then. Andy, Coach Reid's youngest son, Spence, was on the team. And so he ended up watching the game. And I met him after the game. My brother introduced me in the tunnel. And when I tell you, it's like it was my uncle that I had never met before. He was just down to earth, cool as hell. Like made a joke here and there about playing in the link one day. And I was just like, man, you know what? That's a dude I would love to play for. You know what I mean? There's only a few that I remember meeting like that was just like genuine in who they were. And from that point on, it was all good. And then he called me and it switched. It switched into, all right, this is business. This is business. Off the field, I'll be that uncle. You know what I mean? That father figure, that uncle, that cool, feels like he's a relative, a family member. But when we're in the facility and we're on this field, we are all about business. And then there's not going to be a single day that we're going to take off. And once he set that standard for me, the rest was history, man.
That's dope. Man, that's fun.
Big Red he's a Hall of Famer, man. Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah. I say, yeah, you can't deny it. Now he got that championship too.
Yeah.
Look, that was the only thing everybody wanted to put him down on. Like Andy Reid don't win championship. Shut the hell up. I wish you would. Yada.
Yeah.
Getting there. He took quite the wrath out there in Philly, man. But it was cool to get that for him because of all the scrutiny that he had took in the playoffs and the championship games in Philly. And in my first couple of years out here in Kansas City, not having the success we wanted to with Alex Smith. But Big Red, getting that for Big Red, man, that just puts the stamp on the letter, man. Send it in the mail. He's got to be in the Hall of Fame now. You can't keep him out.
Yeah.
Punch it.
Bruh. So you
like coach, like player.
Hey, right? Hall of Fame
headed
coach.
That way.
Handing it down to a Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame tight end.
Doubt.
Just like we got a future Hall of Fame DN and my dog Cam J. We got some gold jacket boys on this thing today.
We got some work to do.
Y'all are inspiring.
Definitely got some more we need to add to the list.
Y'all are inspiring.
I got about 5 more years I got to play to get that bus.
But that's the
you're well on
thing,
your way.
Man. Even if it stopped right now and people would argue that we could get in there, I would say all of us still have that chip on our shoulders to go out there and do more than what we've done.
Yeah.
It's in it. You can see the way that both you guys play the game and both of you guys carry yourselves, that it's nonstop, always getting better, always trying to do more. And that's why I've always respected both of you guys in your regard to me. Heck, I was just talking about it the other day. Mark came out to KC throwing the ball, getting it. Man, he was running like a maniac. I'm sitting here on the sideline like, man, I'm not even trying to get in front of that right now. Like when Mark ain't playing, he's coming downhill on your ass. And that, you know what? And when you see other guys have success and the mentality that they take to the game, you know which ones to respect and which ones not to. Well, you're trying to respect them all.
Look, hey, I'm like that individual success. I'm like, I wish you well. Like when I see y'all eating, I'm like, I know him. I hope that he bought. I told you he was gonna do it. But as a team, I'm like, they gotta lose. I'm like, individually, I'm like, I wish him nothing but best success.
Especially them, I'm like,
and I gotta
Baltimore, KC, we had up, bro. So I'm like, lose.
No doubt.
Go for 200, Trav, and 2 touchdowns. But y'all gotta lose. We're trying to get this 1 seed.
Hey, I be looking like, I wish you nothing but success. I wish you have a great day. I wish you got a great game. I wish you have nothing but the highest of health. But y'all got to take this L. I don't know how yet. We haven't figured this out.
You know how it go. You know how it go. That was one of the coolest things about going up against Kittle in the Super Bowl. It's like, man, I respect this dude so much for how he approaches the game and how he plays the game for his teammates. I want him to get all the way there, just be this close.
A little short.
Fall right at the half-yard
line.
Sorry about that, kiddo. Sorry about that, George.
That's what I'm saying. Go 99 yards, but don't go 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to get all 99.
Thank you.
Dog.
Thank you.
It's too funny. It's cool how you can have that respect and that love for a guy on the opposite side, man.
Real recognize real, man.
It's still competitive, man. It's always competitive, man.
So your rookie year, you got hurt. When'd you get hurt, bro? Your rookie year.
So my rookie year, it was really training camp. I went into training camp thinking I was, you know what I mean, I was going to get an opportunity to play. I knew Anthony Fasano was the main guy. He was going to be the number one. But I was going to be able to come in and get an opportunity to play some football. And it was about the 3rd week of training camp, and I started to feel something going on in my left knee. And I was like, man, it's just every time I go into a break, I'm feeling something give. And by the end of training camp, but like the rest of the 2-3 weeks after that, I just couldn't even run on it. So I was asking and got into it a little bit with the training staff. Like they were, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, some rookies don't really know how to manage pain. And if you don't know how to manage pain, that means you're probably not in the training room enough. So they just saw certain sides of the spectrum. And granted, we ironed those things out, but I wanted to get my knee scoped just to see what was wrong with it, because they were saying that it was just a bone bruise, and I could have swore in my mind it was something different.
Of course.
So it's just, but I'm glad that they stuck with me and they trusted me and wanted to get this knee scope, because so it was part of my cartilage sitting in the back of my knee.
So you just got a scope. You had to get a repair, or you had to just get it trimmed?
So I got it trimmed, and then they did microfracture, which is little. They drill holes through the I believe the tibia. I forget which part of the knee, but they drill holes because the cartilage doesn't get blood, so they drill holes to get blood to seep through, and it just repairs itself. But I wasn't allowed to run for about a good 8 months.
Man, forget that, man. You overcame that 10-fold, 100-fold.
Yeah.
Next year,
but I tell you what, you start reading like the success rate of the microfracture. Oh man, that's the last thing I wanted to hear. Man. It was like a 70% chance that I wasn't going to be the same athlete that I went into the surgery with. And yeah, I'm very, very thankful that since then I haven't really had no problems with it. But man, knee surgeries, man, I'm trying to stay away from knee surgeries for the rest of my life.
God is good, boy. I had 2 of them myself, bro. So
knees and feet, you gotta be golden. Like these are my money makers. Don't take my knees from me.
You don't need them dogs barking. You don't need them dogs barking.
No, that's the last
for real,
thing.
Man.
Like you just start talking about it. I'm over here cringing already. You like they drill into your knee.
No, but I mean, I love that story.
I need all this.
I love that story, bro. I love that story. Just that you overcame that. The next year, you're the Chiefs' leading receiver, and you just go on for what 5 Pro Bowls, the first tight end in the NFL history, with 4 consecutive seasons of over a stat.
1,000.
You know what I mean?
1,000.
I've been like I said,
fastest tight end to record 500 receptions.
Oh,
that boy a dog. A straight beast.
You know it's all worked for, man. I've been thankful. Like I said, being on the field is a huge advantage, man. Just to be healthy enough to be on the field, to have the opportunity to go out there and catch the football, but also having the right coaching staff, man. Having Coach Reid trust in my abilities and be able to dial up some plays for me, man. Because that's not given to anyone and everyone. You know what I mean? Granted, I built that trust with him, and I worked my tail off to get that trust. But at the same time, you got to have the right coaches, man. I'm a firm believer. There's some teams out here with a whole lot of talent. Mm-hmm. We won't name any. I might be coming from the homeland here.
On paper, looking right.
One of my artists,
for some reason, can't get right.
My division foe.
You look at what they're running, and it's like, that's not really putting their players in the best positions. So it's just.
But just like thinking, like, so was there a game early on that you knew, like, your second year in, like, you caught a pass or you caught whatever, that you knew, like, oh, I'm here for this? Like, when did you know you was built for the league? Like, what's that one play you were like, and I'm gassing?
I felt like I had always had that confidence. It was probably preseason, and granted, I don't think anybody that was on the field is still in the league. I was running with the second and third string my second year against the Bengals, and it was man-to-man coverage. I caught like a little seam route. I broke somebody off, caught it, and I went like 68 to the house, 70 to the house, and I knew that I could still run. I was like, it was kind of like a testament after the knee surgery. I was like, oh, all right, I still got the juice a little bit, still got it going. And from that point on, I was always in my mind like, all right, I belong here. I can have success here. How do I keep building off of this? And how do I keep getting better? And you know what? It was from that point on, it was a mentality that I can have success amongst anybody that's in front of me. I just got to put in the work.
So I know you done made hella plays, left and right, up and down, you know what I mean? Blocking, catching, running, reverse sweeps, all type of stuff. So we making you a highlight tape. What play going on there first? What game going on there first? What play?
I gotta stick it to my brother, man. I gotta just throw that little jab in there, man. 2017 when they won it, or it might have been 2018. Either way, the year they won it, we actually played them earlier that year. I think they lost 3 games that season, and we were one of them. And they came to Kansas City, and we're down by, I believe, 3 going into the fourth quarter, about 5-6 minutes left. Finally get a few big plays down to the 20-yard line, and we run the old read sweep to the pitch, backside pitch, a guy coming around, a little backdoor pitch. And
that'll get you.
I caught, yeah, exactly. Had everybody flowing one way, and then here I come right up the middle. I caught that thing. Caught a little seam in the defense and jumped from about the 5-yard line over everybody. And that was, and just to hear the crowd go crazy and you know, the fact that it was against my brother, I had everybody and a mama in the stands from my hometown. I mean, it was like a barbecue in the parking lot at the end of the game because of how many people from my hometown and in Cincinnati that were there. And it was just such a fun moment. We ended up beating them, and me and my brother had the picture after the game of, you know what I mean, exchanging jerseys. It was an all around memorable game for me. But that touchdown right there to take the lead in the fourth quarter and eventually get the dub, man, that was it.
So you ball, get the TD, get the barbecue in the parking lot, tailgate, and send your brother on the plane back to the field.
And a text message too, like, I still love you.
Oh no, I gave him a big old kiss after the game. He knew what it was.
I remember that.
He knew what it was, man.
I remember that.
It was that was definitely the one though.
Yeah. So after all these Pro Bowls, these All Pros, these Super Bowls, these consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, these tight end records in the league, what's your goals coming up?
I'll say, what's next? If you've done so much.
You know how it goes, man. It's never complete. It's never complete. I don't know how to have the mentality to not keep striving for something bigger, something better.
I love it.
I've been trying to get 15 touchdowns and 1,500 yards in a season since I was second year in the league. It's always been a goal of mine to get. I haven't achieved it, so I feel like I really haven't done shit. But getting another Super Bowl is obviously the biggest key, man. As long as we're winning, I'm happy and I'm successful in my mind. But all the individual stuff, I think it's cool to hang your hat on, but at the end of the day, it's a team sport, man. It's the ultimate team sport. You need 10 other guys to be doing their job for you to have success individually. And I've been thankful that I've had the right guys around me, but at the same time, you know, it's a nonstop growing process to try and keep getting better and keep showing that you're getting better every single year.
Yeah. No doubt. Look, I try and tell people, I'm like, look, individual stats are fun to talk about from March till July. When it comes down to team is from August through February when we win a championship. I don't give a damn about what I got as long as the team going. Or maybe when I retire, I'll just be like, look back, like I was cold back then. You remember that game? I was fucking them up. They couldn't hold me back then.
Exactly. The highlights gonna show all the individual stuff, man. I'm trying to get some dubs, though. I'm trying to do my job every play.
Well, you got the hardware. Let us get some this time.
That's what I'm saying. You got the ship already.
Let me first. You let me get hardware first. Then we'll let Cam join the party. Me first.
Just go.
I don't know. I just need one.
Me first.
I got 20. I got 20. What is it? Possum played 13. I'm heading to year 10. I got 23 years of Jordan football, no championships. I need one.
Pops got a Super Bowl.
We got 11 Pro Bowls. Team all pros and no hardware. We got to get one. I got some watches.
Y'all know both of y'all got the squad to make a run at it though, and that's the biggest thing. If you know you got the squad to make a run, that's half the battle right there. The other half is staying healthy and just making plays, man. Yeah. Just going out there and making plays.
Yeah. My pops got a Super Bowl, man, so I got to do it.
Oh yeah, you can't let Pops
that boy.
Have that
Yeah, no, that boy made a clutch catch, 30 long. Snatched on one, broke one off, ducked off under another, spun off another, leaned forward for the first down. I'm like, ooh, Pops was cold.
You can raise your hat on that, like this is my daddy. This is my daddy work.
Yeah,
check me out.
It was just the other day. Somebody was like, man, I loved your dad, man. I'm a big Giants fan. My dad's a big Giants fan. He was the real deal. I'm like, yeah, that's my pop. Yeah.
That's all that's next is that. I'll say, how you feel about this season though? Like, how do we feel in terms of? I guess we could talk procedures, but it really don't matter. I was like, are you comfortable playing this year? That's what I've really been talking to folks. Like, I was like, are you really comfortable? Like,
I mean, I'm about as comfortable playing the game as I am comfortable about walking into a grocery store. I mean, it's just it is what it is. You know what I mean? Right. I feel like the Rona is out there. The Rona's out there. Am I taking it? You know what I mean? Am I putting myself at a higher risk playing football than I am going to the grocery store, going to the store down the street? Not necessarily. I feel like as long as everybody's getting tested before we get onto the field. What else can you ask for? What else can you ask for? Now, in terms of the fans coming back into the stadium, I think that's where it gets a little shaky because you can't test everybody, right? You can't guarantee that nobody's ever going to get the Rona in the stadium or nobody's ever going to get the Rona on the team or in the facilities. I don't know. It's such a touchy subject.
Control what you can control.
That's what I'm saying. Just control what you can control, and everybody be professionals about this. Yeah. You know what I mean? When like we were talking about earlier, when it comes down to the fam coming through, this ain't the year.
Chill. Y'all gotta chill.
This ain't the year. This year, you're gonna have to tune in. Just flip on the TV.
It is what it is, man. Buy that direct TV NFL package. Go ahead and grab that thing. Just, you know what I mean? Sit down and flip through the game.
In fact, I think I offered to pay for it. I was like, look, if y'all ain't already got it, I'll send you the $80 or whatever it is to get it because that's cheaper than buying your ticket anyways. Yeah.
For real though. And as long as everybody's taking the right, precautions, I don't think it will be that rough of a season. Obviously, I don't think we can avoid anybody getting it. I think some guys and some teams will have a few guys, unfortunately, test positive just because, you know what I mean? It's out here. You know what I mean? It's the same about going, like I said, it's the same like going to the grocery store, man. It's not like we can just live in a bubble. This isn't the NBA. There's not enough
space.
Not enough bubble. Exactly. There's not enough bubble to keep us in there.
Like we could all take over South Dakota or something, like one of them rural jumps.
South Dakota, man.
I'm just saying, like if we want to talk about bubble, I feel like we
Wyoming or somewhere.
Like somewhere rural, just get a big city and just let it be ours. Yeah. Like welcome to NFL City. Well, but
Yeah,
That
we
is,
gotta. Huh?
I
Go
just thought
ahead.
about this though. Like, one, I meant to text you anyways because I need some more high lows. But let's talk about how you got into the entrepreneur that is Travis Kelce. I mean, you've got your own like fashion line, you got the nutritional supplements. The high low gummies is real, Mark. I'm gonna have to, what I'm saying? They help you recover.
I seen that. I need that.
It's the gummies. It's
yeah.
I'm not big on powders, but he sent me some gummies.
I need some of the true colors. You feel me?
All
I
about
need some
it,
of the
sis.
true colors. I need all that.
Oh yeah, I've been fortunate to make the right connections, man. You know as well as I do. Both of you guys are great dudes, personality, character-wise. You guys aren't doing any you guys aren't doing anything crazy out here, anything wild and anything stupid. So it's like you guys are taking care of your business on the field and off the field just by who you are. I've been able to make the right connections and the right relationships with people to where they trust me in supporting their products. They trust me in moving forward with their investments. That I don't know. I've just been thankful to have those relationships, and that's the Hilo gummies. Hilo came around. It was an Ohio connection. And they needed somebody to help push the market, not only just in Ohio, but across the nation. And I was more than happy to jump on board and invest in that. I thought it was a great product. I mean, it helps me in the pre-workout stuff. I just take them throughout the day. If I'm feeling tired, I'll just start popping them in like candy.
Yeah.
But even then, you got the melatonin gummies, the sleep gummies that help you go to sleep.
Hey, I would say the recovery gummies is it. That's low-key the wave.
It is, man, and it was, like I said, it was a great product, and I'm happy that I got to be able to join the Hilo team. The true colors, the fashion stuff. I mean, it's just all fun and games with that stuff, man. It's another outlet to express my creativity and having fun in the world of fashion, and help, not even help, but to give people a way of,
connecting,
building, connecting, and be able to get behind something that, because true colors is be you and stay true. Show your colors of who you are, where you come from, and be proud of that. Be proud of your culture, your ethnicity, your ancestry. Be proud of all of that and wear it with pride. And that was the biggest thing I wanted to do with True Colors is, not only be expressing your colors, but be appreciative of the people that are next to you expressing theirs. And that was the biggest movement that I wanted to really show off was, we're all out here just trying to love and be happy and attack this world and be the best we can be at it.
And
why not
listen, America. Listen, world.
It still be one of the smoothest tight ends in the game.
Listen, America. Listen,
some
world.
would say the Robin Thicke of the NFL world. Boy, just coming in here smooth.
Hey, everybody need to take a little bit of that Kelce, man. Everybody need a little bit of that Kelce. If everybody just listened to Trav, what he just said, man, we'll be in a lot better place. The world would be a lot better place, man. Take pride in your true colors.
Yeah.
And respect everybody showing their true colors. You know what I mean?
That's all it is, man. That's all I'm trying to provoke, man.
Man, I ain't looking for a handout, but can I get a Hilo gummies and some true colors care pack?
I'm trying to tell you that, that recovery low key be having you.
I need the recovery, I need the energy and the melatonin.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I can get you all of that. All of that.
No, but me and Cam.
Some.
Oh, and then
expect
some.
The box, shoot the addies and expect the boxes.
Say less. I'm gonna text you as soon as we're done with this. But no, but me and Cam is big into giving back to the community. This man's a Walter Payton Man of the Year candidate. Always, every Tuesday since I've known him, that boy's in the community. I have my own foundation, the Mark Ingram Foundation, deals with children with incarcerated parents. That's something very dear to my heart. My father was incarcerated. So that's something I try to take advantage of and impact. But I know you got your own foundation, the 87 and Running Foundation. So tell me how you got involved with that, and how that, impacted your life. What made you want to get involved with that?
It's just always been in me, man. I grew up in a very diverse, multicultural area to where I saw so many different ways of life, especially even through the sports. We were just talking about how I went from hockey practice to basketball practice, having two completely different, spectrums of life, both financially and ethnically. You know what I mean? Just completely different forms of life. And seeing that, viewing that, appreciating the kids and their families for who they were. My parents always taught me to they let me know that I had privileges that other kids didn't. It was no hidden secret that you know what I mean. And I could see it in school. I could see it. You know, there were kids that I would be playing with at the playground, and like, oh, I got to go home to dinner, and they just start joking like, oh man, wish we had that coming up. You know what I mean? Wish we had dinner coming. So I was like, yo, come on over, man. My family would be more than happy to put a plate together for you, type thing. So it was always in my mind that I needed to help the underserved communities out here in this world, and that's what 87 and Running is, man. It helps the kids, man. It helps the youngins. I teamed up with Operation Breakthrough, which is it's a school and like after school program for the city of Kansas City. And it's messed up to say it like this, but you have to be a certain level of struggle to even get into the school. Mm-hmm. So it's literally taking the kids that have, unfortunately, some of the worst circumstances in Kansas City and giving them an opportunity and the privileges that a private school would have. I mean, I like everything from learning how to cook, let alone just the academics of reading, math, science, and all that stuff. They have a robotics lab. They have a kitchen. They have a basketball court. Anything you could think of extracurricular in a school or in a job that you could pursue, they have that for these kids. And it blew my mind when I went in there. I'm like, man, these kids have some advantages that were better than mine growing up. And I love that. I love that that's there for this community. So I've been really trying to push that, trying to make it better and trying to bring more attention to it so that, honestly, they have these Operation Breakthroughs throughout the nation, because this is something that could definitely be beneficial to every single community out there.
Man, I respect it, bro. I love
for sure, man. And you already know, giving back is a necessity, man. Being able to be a blessing. Obviously, we don't play football without these communities, but on top of that, man, just being able to influence and give motivation for a kid to strive in whatever it is they want to strive in, and giving them hope that they can do something, or that they're going in the right direction. You know, that's everything, man.
Trav, you the trillest, bro. You really are, bro. You the trillest.
Trillest and the realest, baby.
Hey,
you know how we
I know 1,000. Wow. No, but hey, before we let you get up out of here, man, I got to get some Post Malone content. Hey, he got y'all tatted, you and Mahomes.
Me and Pat, man.
So tell me what happened,
I saw that with the autograph on that jump.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. It was honestly, I still to this day feel like I should have a better relationship with Post just because he's got my signature tatted on. Like, I don't even have this man's number to call him and be like, "Hey, how you been?"
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like it was mutual. He's a dope dude, man. He's cool as hell, down to earth. Doesn't try and put up a front when you meet him. He's himself, and he's dope just being himself. But yeah, it was right after the parade that day. Me and Pat went in there hammered and having fun, happy-go-lucky, on top of the world. And
as you deserve to be.
Post is a Cowboys fan. He's from Dallas, so I think he's got the star tatted on him somewhere. He's got the Dallas Stars tatted on him somewhere. But we just started playing. He's a big beer pong guy. So sure enough, I'm like, oh, yeah, you got the beer pong set up. Let's go ahead and get it in. And this is like probably, I would say, a half hour before his show. We played about 15 games. I mean, it was nonstop back. Like, he didn't win a single game. I'm not gonna say I was Jordan that night, but I didn't miss. I was hitting, and he'll tell you. I don't know how I had never been on fire like this on the table before in my life, but I was draining everything. And
so y'all had a wager on.
So it got to the last game. He was like, "Man, y'all got me like 10 games in a row. I'm trying to I got a show to do. Last game. If y'all beat me, you guys aren't gonna beat me another time. Like if you guys beat me, I'll get you guys tatted on me." I was like, "Your signature?" I was like, "Wait, what?" He was like, "Yeah, I'll get the arrowhead and your guys' signatures tattooed on my arm." I'm like, and he like showed this little area on his arm, the only spot on his arms and legs and face and neck and everything that wasn't tatted. Literally the only spot. And I was just like, "Dang, that looks like he got one tattoo left." And this is it. Oh man.
So what would y'all have to do if y'all lost? Was there?
I'll say,
that wasn't really communicated. He just kind of just went about.
So he really wanted the KC tag.
Hey, Mark, you know how it is with losing though. Like I think he just got fed up with like, what's the furthest I can go? If I lose again.
That's exactly what it was. But sure enough, man, me and Pat just walked it down, the easy 10 cup down, and he was just like, all right, man. I got to go out here and do this show. Here, just put your signature on this paper. And there was a tattoo artist literally right there in the corner. He was standing over there in the corner the whole time. Like, anybody want a tat? And we did the whole signature. And I was like, in my mind, I'm looking at him like after the game, like, Pat's from Dallas. He at least has some type of, relationship with you. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I respect you, like, doing, why don't you just get him? He's like, nah, man, a bet's a bet. And I was like, all right, bro. So I didn't think he was actually going to do it. In my mind, I was like, I didn't really care if he did. I wasn't going to press the issue. Like, hey, bet's a bet. I wasn't going to press the issue. Right. But sure enough, man, the next day I seen something on Twitter that he had really got it tatted on him. I was just like, oh man, this dude's crazy.
That boy did not do his research. You got Pat Mahomes, who got the ultimate touch, precision, accuracy. Then you got the former basketball player here. That boy just made a poor decision. Actually, a smart decision because now you got two legends and a Super Bowl team.
I didn't know who his partner was because he clearly didn't hold himself accountable. He was like, I'm a drink. You gonna have to drain.
He needed something to put there though. You said he slatted, yatted everywhere.
He just needed a spot. It was predestined.
Yeah,
definitely a funny scenario, man. I got to get his number though. I just feel weird. I feel weird that I don't have a better relationship.
Leaving it open like that,
bro. But Trav, bro, we appreciate you coming on the Truss Levelz. That's what we call it. Big trust, and my dog big always stacking, leveling up. We appreciate you tuning in with us, bro. Tapping in with us. The fashion expert, the NFL superior tight end record holder. The coldest, the smoothest in the game, come in with the Louis V trench coat. Hey, I don't even get jealous.
On and off the field.
I don't even get jealous off people with their gear, but that boy came in with the Louis V. You heard me. Ooh, the peacoat.
I know. I needed that one.
Where you get that at? The Louis V peacoat.
Oh yeah. I had to throw a little half game check on that one.
Ooh, that was cold. That was cold.
It gets a little cold out here in Kansas City. I need that.
Hey man, I'll take the hand me down, even though it's probably gonna touch my ankles because you 6'4", but you know what I mean.
Nah, I'm 6'4". T like 6'5.5", 6'6", but it is.
I'll take that.
I just feel like every time we link up, I'm like, he's taller than me. There's not too many.
No, but straight up,
whether or not you hit the chiropractor or not.
Yeah. No, but straight up, Trav, we appreciate you. We know you big money. We know your time is money. Shout out to True Colors. Y'all check that out. Shout out to 87 and Running. Y'all check that out. We love you, my dog. We appreciate you tapping in with us, bro. We value your time, and I love you, man. You my brother for life.
For life, dog. Y'all boys, I can't thank y'all enough for having me on, but even more so, man, being who y'all are, man. Keep being leaders. Keep striving for greatness, man. I wish y'all boys the best of luck. I hope you go at 90. I hope y'all go 99,
but not 100. I love it.
Hey, Cam, you just knocked that out, big dog.
Look, I only go one take, bro. One take is all I got.